Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spring 2024 BayICT Partnership Meeting. We're going to give folk maybe another minute or two to join us. But in the meantime, if you would put your name, your title, and affiliation in the chat, that would be a way of us introducing ourselves to each other. So I think most of you know who I am. I'm Olivia Hereford. I am a project lead at the Bay Area Community College Consortium, and I have the privilege of convening this partnership meeting at least twice a year. We try to do it 3 times a year, but at least twice a year. So we'll give everybody up just a few more minutes to join. Else in chat. Let's go ahead and get started. Hope everybody's got a passcode so they can join in. We don't have to watch for people coming in to let them in. So welcome everyone. What we want to accomplish with this meeting is give you an update on some really exciting things and projects that we're working on within the Bay Area Community College Consortium. And then we would like to give our partners, because we have this whole community of members of this partnership, if there are any updates that you all would like to share about possibilities for collaboration. And then I'm hoping that we will have at least half of our hour together for me to collect some input on a proposal I'm considering to the BACCC about how we do a better job of engaging our local employers around getting getting our students that are in our tech programs into non-tech companies. The attention is the perception is that all the jobs are in tech companies because our location. But that's not really the case. So we really want to engage our non-tech employers. So that's the objective today. And then the agenda, we're going to start with an update. We have Tuan Nguyen here from Laney, who's going to give us an update on the AIDA project. I'll give you a quick update on our Regional Virtual Production Academy program that's about to kick off. We're really excited about a proposal to implement a regional cybersecurity clinic here in the Bay Area. Sarah's going to give us an update on the Tech Talks. We'll hear from you, and then we'll do our brainstorm around employer engagement. So that's the agenda. All right. So, Tuan, I'm going to hand it over to you. This link here to AIDA goes to the webpage if you would like me to do that, or if you'd like to share, I'm more than happy to let you share anything you may have to talk to.
Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present some of the work that I have been involved with. I think that you can still see the screen. Do you see the share screen?
Yes.
Okay. So first, this is the AIDA project. This work is sponsored by BACCC since spring 2022. If you see on the share screen, I have developed the core chart to show the courses that we have. And so we break them into 3 very distinctive tracks on the NLP, on the computer visions, and the deep learning. And at the bottom here, you should also see the certificates for each of those 3 tracks, and also an AS degree in Applied AI. So all of these things have been developed since spring 2022. We have 4 courses been approved the math for AI, the introduction to AI and machine learning, and NLP 1 and NLP 2. I have been teaching the introduction to AI and machine learning. This is the second semester at Langley College. My colleagues in math department is helping with the math for AI course. I have been kind of sharing this with especially Monica. She's here with AWS and also with Intel, as I have also been trained by both of the programs on the AI. The exciting news comes next month because come along with the course development, Lenny as a representation for BACCC, we applied for an AI discipline, a standalone discipline since September of 2023. And we came passing the first fall plenary hearing in November of last year. And now coming next month in April, we are crossing all of the fingers, expecting the vote yes on the resolution of the AI discipline. We have been blessed with a lot of supports and encouraging words on the AI discipline. On top of that, by the way, you can certainly see the info here is made public. So you can go to the website, you can see all of these. If you need more details, please let me know. As part of the AIDA work, all of the developments here will be offered to all of the colleges for free. So I don't know how you take it, but if you need information, for example, course outlines and some other thing that I can offer, surely I will forward the info to you. As also part of the work on this AIDA here, since earlier this year, several colleges in California got together and we were working on the so-called California Community College, California Community Colleges AI Consortium. So we did form our consortium March the 15th. So I rushed up and put up the website for the consortium that we have. And I just share with Olivia and Sarah and the other folks earlier this morning on a meeting. And so this is now, since the start, we have 5 colleges. At this point, we have 12. And I did the count again. We actually have 13 colleges that are either members of the consortium or express the interest to join the consortium. And we need a lot of work on this part, as we can see our consortium is very ambitious, because all of the instructors, faculties are very excited with the opportunity to work on AI, which then has been things that change so fast, so quick. No one can claim knowing anything in the AI sphere or space. So we are so fortunate to have the faculties that are really working hard on their AI development on their own. And with this consortium, then all of us can come together and then share our work. So we are still growing and we are seeking some of the partnerships. I think that I just sent Monica an email saying that AWS would definitely be the one of the very first invitees, and also others, as you are willing to support the consortium. And so that would then be a couple of the newest events that I have been participating, and I can share with you on these. If I miss anything on the website here, please, we just got it in March the 15th. So since then, I registered the domain name with AWS, working a very quick draft of the webpage just to make sure that folks would know why we are doing this through the vision and the mission statements that we have. So I think that would be about it. I know very sure that Olivia and Sarah would have some other to add on as I'm not here.
Well, Tuan, I think one of the things that I would share with everyone that the adding a new discipline in our California community college system is no trivial task. And Tuan is to be commended to get the recognition all the way up at the state level of how important that this is. And also based upon, some outcomes and discussions at our meetings this morning, Tuan and the Center for Excellence at Laney is starting to put together maybe some ideas around mini conferences, virtual conferences that offer you the opportunity to learn not only about the curriculum and program side of this, but the application of some of the things that are coming out of this Center of Excellence. So we'll keep you posted. I would say, hold on to these links to these websites, both the one that is currently up at BACC as well as this one that Tuan is working on. So yes, stay in touch. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on here. Does anybody have any questions for Tuan?
I have another meeting at 4:30. Unfortunately, I have to jump pretty soon. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, or else through BACCT and or Victoria, you can kind of forward the questions, and I will try to provide the answer.
All right, great. Thanks, Tuan.
Thanks so much.
Olivia, you're muted.
Yeah, I was moving around. Okay. All right. For the Regional Virtual Production Academy, while we've gotten a lot of work done here, for those of you that may not be familiar with what virtual production is, virtual production is a way of making movies and films that combines physical and virtual filmmaking techniques. So you can think of things like movies like The Mandalorian, animated movies and then the combination of the two where the worlds are built using game engines, and actors are photographed or filmed in front of those huge LED screens that are projecting the worlds onto those screens and putting the actors in front of them. It's really exciting stuff. And it is a collaborative program. It's one of the most ambitious to date. There's 6 colleges involved with offering this program. To date, there's never been more than 2 colleges take this on. We've developed already 3 certificates, are working on an associate's degree. We've started outreach and awareness this spring. We're doing info sessions, creating collateral, doing a lot of getting a lot of information out there, participating in conferences. And the launch is this fall. So let me just, again, like Tuan, the BACC has been very helpful as far as providing us with the means of creating websites to get the word out. And this one, again, check it out. It has all of our events, our events that are coming on. Students can come and find out information about the pathways, the different courses that need to be completed for to receive the certificates. So we have a fundamental certificate, which is the basis of the pathway. And then we have an advanced certificate that has specializations. Animation, modeling, and film production. Those are the key areas of virtual production. If you go to check out the events page, you'll see that we're starting to do info sessions coming up. So we have a session coming up on the 25th. These are usually aimed at students and faculty, but anyone interested that wants to come learn more about virtual production, we are kicking off each of the virtual production info sessions with an industry or employer partner who kicks it off, gets us excited about what this industry is all about and the different roles. And then we share information about the program and then open it up for questions. So check it out if you want to learn more about the program and what's coming up. Our next info session is on April 25th. This one I'm really excited about. And I'd like to show this really quick video here that talks about what a cybersecurity clinic is. And then I'll tell you now what's going on in the Bay region around this. So let me this. And let me know if everybody hear it? All good?
For decades, schools of law and medicine have operated clinics where students work with real-world clients with limited resources and gain valuable hands-on experience. Now, the clinic model has been adapted for the field of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity clinics train students from diverse backgrounds to strengthen the digital defenses of places like nonprofits, small governments, hospitals, public infrastructure organizations, and other under-resourced organizations.
I became an early fan and supporter of cybersecurity clinics because they really help out people who need some cybersecurity support. Clinics provide cybersecurity safeguards for organizations that are under-resourced. They do that while developing a diverse pipeline of talent for cyber civil defense.
University-based cybersecurity clinics are a powerful solution. And in San Francisco and across the US, clinics are helping to protect public infrastructure that are often struggling to protect themselves against constantly evolving cyber threats.
In 2021, UC Berkeley, MIT, and others co-founded the Consortium of Cybersecurity Clinics, a forum to share best practices for how to launch and operate a cybersecurity clinic. The consortium is a growing network of university-based cybersecurity clinics and allies that are training students to provide digital security support in their own communities.
The consortium's clinic model prepares students from diverse disciplinary backgrounds and personal backgrounds to fill the huge workforce gap in cybersecurity that exists today. At MIT's clinic, students gain experience by helping local governments and hospitals, and at the same time, build skills that will allow them to assist governments, hospitals, small businesses to defend themselves against ransomware and build their cyber defenses.
At UT Austin, our student-led cybersecurity services support Austin-based small businesses and nonprofits below the cybersecurity poverty line.
At UC Berkeley, our citizen clinic students engage with nonprofits that are at risk of politically motivated cyber attacks.
Stillman College is the first historically Black college or university to adopt the clinic model. We're part of a growing movement to help increase cyber workforce opportunities for those underrepresented in the field.
Google is honored to collaborate with the Consortium of Cybersecurity Clinics to help thousands of students pursue careers in this critical field. At Google, we strongly believe in the clinics model as a central piece of our many efforts to build skills and create new pathways into cybersecurity.
The Consortium of Cybersecurity Clinics' goal is to have a cybersecurity clinic operating in every US state by 2030. Visit the Consortium of Cybersecurity Clinics website for more information on how to launch a cybersecurity clinic at your university, college, or community college. Help us expand the clinic model and make cybersecurity a resource for the public good.
I wanted to give you that background to let you to fill you in on from where we are today versus a year ago when we were introduced to the Consortium for Cybersecurity Clinics. One of our faculty at Merritt College audited the class that was taught, the cybersecurity clinic class was taught at UC Berkeley. And we were really excited about it as a way to something to integrate into our cybersecurity programs. But the challenge was the resources that it was going to require to do so. So we set it aside, and then 6 months later, I believe it was last October, Google announced the Cybersecurity Clinic Fund, $10 million to 10 colleges or institutions to implement a cybersecurity clinic. And so we said, well, maybe this is the way we can get this done, to get this grant. So we pulled together a group of 6 colleges, and we have submitted and successfully submitted a grant. We're waiting to hear. We'll learn the outcomes by the end of April. But we have a very unique model. First of all, it would be the first community college clinic. And when I use the word clinic, because it's actually a regional clinic, it would be 6 colleges providing a clinic for all of the Bay Area. And it's a collaboration. So, and we've received this feedback. You know, fortunately, we have some really good partners involved with this. The Kapoor Center, we have been talking to Google Philanthropy, and they're excited about our application as well. So we'll get the news and we'll keep you posted. But the intent of bringing this to your attention is that all of you that are part of the partnership, because some of you are community-based organizations, some of you are workforce development organizations, you will be incredible partners of this program, because you can expose us and introduce us and bring us the clients that we want to serve. Because one of our other advantages we feel in the application for this grant is not only that our community colleges and our students are diverse, so are the clients that we can serve. So we will keep you posted on this. We're holding a knowing that we got this, and we'll keep you posted. Any questions about this one?
Olivia, Miss Terry.
Yeah.
So I know we didn't have time from Cabrillo, and I personally didn't have a lot of time to participate in this activity, but you know, it's still a really interesting concept. The cyber clinics, and this is probably all covered in all the meetings we had. So, but the cyber clinics, are they? When I hear clinic, I think a short term, maybe a day here, a day there type of thing, or is it actually a class?
Good question. And again, I'm sorry that I'm rushing through this, but the way that it works is that it is a curriculum that can be a semester long, and we would integrate it into our cyber programs. And the course prepares the student, prepares students to maybe go in to actually go in and do some vulnerability assessments of a particular client, and then report back, come together as a team, and then come back and report back to the client. So over the 8 to 11 weeks, however way it's integrated into the program, the students are prepared to go out and do an assessment as a team for a client. And the cool thing about this is, I feel, is that it not only gives, you know, prepares them to do the work and the work as a team, but it gives them experience that they can put on their resume that they've done this kind of work.
Well, and technically it can be also tech for good, I'm thinking, right? Because you can help smaller organizations that don't have the resources.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is all about. That's why I wanted to show the video. They talk about that.
So at some point, your vision wise, because we have Bay Cyber, right? Which is the cyber camps that have been actively part of BACCC for a while. So I'm trying to vision how these paths
that, you know what, we looked
support
at that,
each other.
We looked at that, Terry. We didn't see these are like 4 credit courses that a student would enroll for. Either be a capstone or maybe be integrated in one of the other courses. So we don't yet see. We have explored that, and the Bay Cyber League was part of the planning team, and we are considering them to be a partner when we implement this, but we haven't yet figured out how we would integrate that with the camps. And
because at Cabrillo we do have courses that have already gone through our curriculum committee and are on the books, that came out of Bay Cyber and support the cyber camps, both the credit and non-credit. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this could be an interesting journey, right? So I'm paying attention to what you're doing, even though we haven't had time to participate like we would like to.
Okay, But, and it's not too late. We'll see. I mean, again, we have a plan going forward. So just, you know,
Mhm.
stay in touch. And
But we're hiring a new full-time faculty, so.
for cybersecurity.
That's one of the areas, right? Because it's essentially replacing Irvin.
Okay, great. Thanks. Any other questions about the cyber clinics? All right. Sarah, you want to give us an update on the Tech Talks?
I sure will. Yeah. I'm going to share my screen. Olivia, do you need to jump
Yeah,
off
yeah.
before we jump on? Okay. So what we have right here is our next Tech Talk that's coming up on April 25th. It's a busy day because earlier that day we will also have the RVPA student info session. But this Tech Talk, we try to do one a month, is from Juan Sobranes. And it's the beautiful thing about Tech Talks is that we're getting industry partners to talk about their journey. And as we all know, everyone has their own very distinct journey to get to where they are today. I'm looking at the list of people who are on this chat today. I know that Terry, you've done a Tech Talk. Rakesh, I believe you've done one, and Alex as well. And as you all know, it really gives students an opportunity to see themselves in a path that might work for them. And I just want to show you how to navigate to the different pathways that we have. So I'm on the BayICT web page right now. If you go to upcoming events, you'll be able to see our upcoming activities. But if you want to see an archive of the different Tech Talks that we've done this year and in previous years, you would go to students and click on Tech Talks. And then if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all of the different Tech Talks that we have done this year and beyond. So, you know, we're focusing on the Regional Virtual Production Academy. We're focusing on AI. Angel Fuentes just did a great talk in January. In February, and on. So these are here resourced for anyone to look at any time. And like I said, for this upcoming event, we're doing, Juan Sobranes is going to be talking. And then in May, it will be I think it's the, Olivia, you can share your
The data jam.
The data jam.
Yeah, we're still.
Yeah, and we're going to have students and the instructor come and talk more about their experiences, kind of like a documentary style of how that went for them and the trials and the tribulations of it. And this is my pitch right now. If any of you are interested in being a Tech Talk presenter, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to get that set up. That is me. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Sarah. All right. Good. So we've got a half hour. That's what I was hoping for, that we'd have some time to really go through, to get your updates and then get started with the brainstorming. So I want to make sure that I leave some time before I start, you know, our kind of like discussion brainstorming. Do any of you here have anything going on, updates that you would like to share with the rest of the group here, that there may be some interest in making some connections or collaborations? In fact, I'll stop sharing, give people, maybe someone will raise their hand and say, yes, I want to, and I can see the chat. Monica.
Hi, I hope you can hear me okay. Just a couple updates from AWS, from our Machine Learning University's Educator Enablement Program. Good to see some familiar faces. Hi, Angel, and we work very closely with Juan as well. So wanted to let you know that we also have some of our first Friday webinar series.
Monica, your audio is kind of echoey.
Systems, you know, we're so used to time, right? So whenever we go to this system, is that better? Is that any better?
So look, that's better.
Okay, Angel's give me the thumbs up. Perfect. So Again, Monica Bean, Senior Program Manager with AWS Machine Learning University's Educator Enablement Program. We have a couple new things to showcase and highlight. One is we just moved our first Friday webinar series, speaking of Tech Talks. We just moved those over to an external facing YouTube channel. So I'm going to drop the link in here once I finish talking and give you that information. So these are all sessions that are delivered either by faculty who are part of our community of practice or by our data scientists who are working at Amazon. So it's a 50-50% split. And I do that intentionally because I want to make sure that we're all sharing the knowledge and that we're learning from you as educators and institutions, as well as you're learning from our subject matter experts. We also have our 2-week-long boot camps. The registration just opened. So I know many of the institutions in California are taking advantage of going through these entry-level boot camps. They are 2 weeks at a time. We have a session going in June and another session in July. And educators who complete these, it is free. They also get a $500 stipend, as well as 4 continuing education units, CEUs, from Stanford University. So that's definitely helpful for their professional learning as well. And then we have a new promotional video. You'll see Angel in there as well. We had our videographer on site in Seattle this past summer when we did our technical training, the Train the Teacher event for our pilot program. And so we have an EAP promotional video highlighting our institutions and just the aspect of becoming a member of our community of practice and how that can help not only the educators, but also the institutions and the communities that they serve. So I'll drop the link to that video in there as well. Please feel free to share that with your networks. And then the last thing I want to talk about is that we will also be at AACC April 5th through 9th. So we hope to connect with as many membership as possible to highlight the great work that's going on in California. And that's all I have to share.
Thank you, Monica. We'll look for those links in the chat. We'll make sure we get those out there.
Perfect.
Angel.
Not that she needs any backing up or anything like that, because Monica is amazing, but I wanted to give her the 2 thumbs up for her too, because what she said is very true, and we've had a really great experience with her folks, with the Amazon Machine Learning University people, and with all the trainings and so on. I myself went through one of them as a faculty member, kind of. And it was really rewarding, and it was a great experience. So definitely share with people, because it's a really good system that they have, and it's a great experience, and lots of really positive, feelings afterwards, but also lots of great information and useful stuff as well, which is really cool, really great. Things that faculty can really just apply right away, which it's what we need right now, especially since everyone's sort of trying to catch up to AI and all that. So it's been really good. And then I wanted to say that, we still have the AIDA project. I hope this on that side, the AIDA project going. So if you would still like to develop some AI or data analytics, data science curriculum in your college, feel free to check out the AIDA website, BACCC.net.org/AIDA, one of them. And then you'll see all the information there as well. And we're trying to create more of a community of practice around AI, especially across multiple districts. So it's a great opportunity, it's a great time to get into that as well. Thank you. That's all.
Thanks, Angel. Yeah, there's a lot going on with the AIDA project. Lots. Okay. Anyone else? Any other? Okay. All right. Here. Okay. One of the things I keep coming back to this idea of a cross-sector regional employer engagement because it's come up at the last 2 partnership meetings. And when I sent out the invite to this one, I was looking at the list of quote unquote employers that are part of this partnership. And as I said in my email, it's pretty stale. And we really want this partnership to include more employers. But on a larger scale, one of the things that was coming out in a lot of our discussions is that we really are sometimes overlooking our non-tech employers in the region as potential employers of our students coming out of our ICT digital media programs. So on behalf of the BACC and maybe a couple of other partner colleges, I am leading exploration into a proposal to put together a project, a funded project that would begin to, develop and execute a strategy to engage and nurture relationships with the talent and HR managers in our region's top employers. Because it came out of the BayICT, we're looking at, beginning with the ICT programs, but when you establish these kind of relationships, it will be cross-discipline because those same employers who are looking for, tech talent may also be looking for, business analysts, marketing, maybe digital media as far as their digital presence out in the market. So it has a lot of possibilities. And then again, always as the case for our community colleges. I mean, we have probably the most diverse educational institution in the country, and so there's opportunities for mutual goals around a diverse pipeline of talent. So how do we do that? And so that is what I want to get some thoughts from this group as to should we, first of all, should we even pursue something like this, and then what, and if we do, being the old-fashioned project manager that I am, I say, well, what is the problem statement, and why have we not been able? Why has that list of employers become so stale? Why has it been so difficult to develop these region-wide relationships with our local employers? So I've got a couple of slides here that ask for your thoughts. We'll walk through them and take as much time as we have left I'd like to get your input on this. So in my initial conversations with some folk about why this has been difficult is that, and that first comment there, community colleges as an afterthought. I don't want to disparage the Cyber Clinic Consortium group, but community colleges weren't even mentioned until the end of the video. It's almost like we're an afterthought, that people are just not aware of our programs, what we do, that we actually are developing talent. And then the other challenge has been that individual colleges compete for these relationships, and they're often unwilling to share their contacts within some really key and important employers in the region. And then on the flip side, from the employer's standpoint, there's always some frustrations about how they interact and communicate with the community colleges. And then they also have some preferences about how they do that. So anyway, those are some initial thoughts. I mean, but I would like to hear from you. What do you think the problem has been in actually, developing these kinds of relationships?
I can start. So I just dropped something in the chat, and I think it's really important to show that, our program is designed with community colleges, HBCUs, MSIs in mind. You are our target demographic. We know that your learners are our target talent pool for democratizing AI. If we don't draw from your population of learners and your graduates, then we have a problem with these roles and filling these roles moving forward. We also know that your institutions serve not only those first-time students, but those who are going back to get additional upskilling, reskilling, retooling. And so that's super important. So I think that the numbers are showing right now, just for example, we've worked with, just in 2023 as a pilot program, we worked with 718 additional community colleges without MSI designations. 41 are from, that we're working with, 34 are from California specifically. So we are definitely making it a priority. And I don't think we've done that before. And now it's intentional because it has to be. You're producing the workforce for these blue collar AI roles. We don't need people producing, we need people producing the engineers and the data scientists, the PhD track. That's great. But we can develop these products and these services, but having people to actually be able to use the services to make informed decisions so they can give us to decision makers of what does the data actually mean? What is it telling us? That's the niche that you are able to excel in. And so we're taking advantage of that opportunity and helping you in this partnership to develop these people. So I will stop talking and turn it over to somebody else, but I just want to highlight that you are not an afterthought. Everything we do is about leading, with partnering and collaborating with community colleges who in California just happen to serve, the HBCUs or the MSIs, minority serving institutions. So it's like our perfect partnership.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the things is that by afterthought, I didn't mean that disparagingly, but I mean top of mind. So for instance, Monica, you drinking the Kool-Aid, okay? I mean, the thing is that, but you're at AWS or you're part of the AWS organization is not the one hiring our students. You're preparing our students. You're helping our faculty prepare our students. We would love to hear employers say exactly what you just said, that we get it. We know this talent is practical and ready to apply what they've learned. And we want to work with the community colleges, people like Steve Nelson to actually get these folk into our jobs that we have open. So that is where what I'm thinking is the intent or the vision of this project is how do we get our local employers on the same page that we have those that we're developing that talent.
100%. And that's the next piece. The first piece is that you have to have a curriculum that is rigorous and that is vetted by companies such as AWS, the Googles, the all of the others, the big tech. And you have that, you've taken that first step. So now that you have your curriculum and your content and your program preparation, that your faculty are trained to deliver this content, your students, your learners are coming out with the skill set that's needed. That's the first part. Yeah. And then when you can show that and demonstrate that and you have that backing, then the other side of our house is our Tech Alliance team. And they're the ones who are making the connection to those employers, because there are so many AWS customers who are saying, we can't find talent. We cannot find talent. And so help us to find this talent. And so what that team does works collaboratively with our team so that we have that full spectrum, right, of creating the content, delivering the programs, upskilling the faculty, and then putting them into these environments where they can use these data sets that are provided by local employers. It's because we can't give data sets, right? We can't give those are private. We only have access to the things in Hugging Face that are like public data sets, but these institutions or these employers rather have those data and they can give real life opportunities for the students to engage in the program during the program so that these connections are made while they're learning so that when they come out, they're ready. They already have a relationship with those employers. That's that next piece. So I can connect you with our Tech Alliance team who makes that piece of the work.
That would be fabulous. That would be fabulous. Which I immediately made note of. Any other thoughts?
If I may provide a comment on this one. One major thing that that impacts for a person taking either course or any of these courses would be to how do they get practical experience, right? So this program actually solves that problem of or the vicious cycle of how do you get into the role without the prior experience, and how do you get the experience without getting into the role, right? So that vicious circle is solved. So the one thing that are a gap that I see is so when we see the first thing that you mentioned that okay, the afterthought part, Again, there is like a lot of outreach has to be done, because most of the time when recruiters look for it, recruiters might not be based out of California. They might be based out of a different state, and they might be recruiting whole of US. So if there is like an outreach program to reach out to the recruiters hiring in the area, uh, and letting them know that there is a program like this, and we have a huge pool of talents who have been vetted, who have been provided practical experience, that can enable much more connections with the companies, and also like getting help from alumni who have already gotten placed. That could also help, is what I would think.
Yeah, Rakesh, I have always, but when I started thinking about this last year, it kept coming out down to outreach and awareness. That a lot too many of our non-tech employers here in the region are just not aware of the programs that we have that are actually preparing our students, not only with the training and prep that Monica talked about, the experience like that the cyber clinics, for example, could give our students. I mean, they're coming out of our programs, ready. Okay. And I really think that, some part of this is going to have to be, you're right, outreach and awareness. But I like the idea that you mentioned that, we can draw upon our alumni too.
True, and especially major focus on LinkedIn could help get better results, because most of the hiring, most of the outreach related to this particular technology is happening on LinkedIn, and focusing more on like a media presence within LinkedIn, be it BayICT or be it IDA, those kind of curriculum that we are developing has to be made present in within LinkedIn, and more people talking about it might provide better results.
That's great feedback because one of the things we've learned from the IEDA and the RVPA projects is that both of them invested significantly in awareness. We have a website, we have LinkedIn presence, we have, and I think we could probably maybe do something like that with the BACCC. In other words, not just our projects, but who the 26 community colleges are in the Bay Area and what we do and what our core competencies are. And thank you for bringing that up because I think we have some good experience with that with these two projects. It's good feedback. One of and I think we don't have to. We can take the notes from our meeting. I like seeing everybody on the screen. One of the other questions that I want to get feedback from you is I know it's often very difficult to find these people and make the connections, and that's why I appreciate what Rakesh suggested is we go into our alumni networks and see if we can help to get the identify those folk and make the connections. But one of the things that comes to mind to me is but how do we any other ideas around doing that, because I think it's that is a significant challenge too, is who are we finding the contacts that we need to make.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My name's Steve Nelson. I'm an employment training specialist at City College, and I work with the IT and the computer science students. And, I do place a fair number of students, especially in IT, in entry-level help desk type jobs that then lead to networking or can lead to cyber if they're consistently taking more courses as they go. And these relationships with, several, not several, but, half a dozen employers, they, really have to be like heavily maintained, and students referred like individually, and advocating and doing them, sending them one at a time and pushing, for that particular student to be hired, and so that they see the value of a direct referral. They know if you give them somebody, that person's going to be good. For higher level placements, the importance of internships. I say there's two types of students I deal with: ones that do internships and get long-term jobs, and ones that don't do internships and never get a job. And luckily we have some long-term internship partners, which, due to things like outsourcing, those partnerships have been threatened recently in the last few years. And we lost a couple employers, and then we got them back when we could pay for the internships through the LAPE program. I don't know how many people are familiar with that, but we've got a fair amount of interns now being funded through the LAPE program. Not easy, because we needed an employer of record, but just a lot more attention, to how that whole thing works. And then going out into the community, literally, and finding those small managed service providers, finding employers who will either do a significant training program or a formal internship program. You can just tell from talking to them if they're on board with something like that, right? I mean, you can figure it out in a couple of minutes, right? And slowly bringing people along. Like, we've been working with this one major institution. It's taken a year for them to finally send me that email, that says, hey, we're getting a list of the positions and we're ready to move, right? Both for large employers and small employers. And I mean, I can't tell you how many beautiful, elegant, concise, correct emails I have sent to woo these people, and keeping at it. It's not an overwhelming success by any means, but it's a lot better than it was. And in the midst of the threats, the downsizing because of the AI stuff and the outsourcing, we've managed to keep it going. But I really think that it's an individual, almost that old face-to-face method, of going out there and talking to people and keep at them.
Yep.
I want you to understand that the type of relationships that I'm talking about are the ones above that could be referred to you. Okay.
Yeah.
For example, if we did not have a relationship, for example, with BART, I met Kimberly
Yeah.
Davis, a couple of years or so ago, we wouldn't know. In other words, Kimberly will say, hey, I'm about to announce the internship programs for 2024. Let your folk know.
Yeah.
We bring it to you. We're not looking at you. The work you do is essential. But what I'm thinking about here is we will need to develop relationships with the leadership and the senior level leadership of these organizations to raise an awareness of how we can support their pipeline and their DEI goals and whatever programs like REACH and BARCH programs that they have, that we can be a regional kind of relationship that we can then make sure that all of our colleges can take advantage of. Right.
Yeah.
So Terry, yeah.
So I agree with everything that Steve said, because yes, it does take focused effort and personal, that hand-holding, which is what recruiters do 100% of the time, and what organizations like Year Up, Apprenti, et cetera, is what they do, because they have a lot of money that they focus on business development and partnership development. We are almost all volunteers. Even the directors, you guys are practically a volunteer because you work a lot more than you get paid for, right? But it really does, those organizations, they have a focus strategy in that way to do what you're talking about. But I also think that being on the other side for a long time, because I was an IT manager, that working with community colleges it can be very confusing, right? And so I've worked with numerous ones. I now work at Cabrillo, and when we go and talk to HR departments, we talk in academic speak, and they don't understand, right? Because it's a different language. So we need to learn to speak in that language. Cabrillo has a planning grant, an apprenticeship planning grant this year, as many of you know. And so we've been working with an organization called Network Connect, which some of you may know as well. And we've focused all our attention for IT's perspective on doing outreach to local employers, non-tech employers, like what you're saying, Olivia, because we all we know tech employers because of where we live, but the non-tech, the government jobs, the academic jobs, the small medium-sized business jobs too, to focus on those to find these opportunities as well. I feel like there's a lot more similarities than differences to us between the colleges. I looked at everybody's IT programs. I know what you're offering. I know what we're offering. It's the same. But when we go to talk to employers, we probably make them think there's 28 of us. Everyone has a different program, but really we all are preparing a similar profile of students.
Yes.
So that's marketing stuff, right? That's what, again, recruiters who are business development, that's what they do, is they focus those messages for their people. Another piece, of course, which is one of my passion items, that's what I did my tech talk about in January, is relationships with professional associations, right? So a lot of the success you've had, Olivia, is because you have aligned yourself with professional associations, but I think still a lot of college faculty don't have those connections, and they don't, they don't have a Steve Nelson who's out there speaking for them and probably bridging that code switch between the college speak and the corporate speak as well. But those professors, that's how I got involved with interns from De Anza College, is because De Anza CompTech's program, their program manager came to our HDI meetings to talk to our members who are employers about hiring CompTech interns.
Because you have your hand up.
Yeah, so one thing I would like to add on to what Terry just mentioned is it is not just big organizations out there or within the community who are hiring. There are like so many startups that have started in the last year, and they are hiring like crazy. They need people with on-hands experience. And like as a part of the outreach, when we do, if you're able to identify these new organizations that has been started and reaching out to the HR team or the investors of those organizations, much would result in much more faster response than reaching out to those big organizations because of the big red tape that is involved. So one resource that you can look into for these new startups would be Angel Investment Network. That would showcase all those new startups that has been created within California or outside of California. That might help a lot.
Rakesh, and I think you've been working with the AIDA project, or you're on the advisory for the AIDA project. Is that?
Yeah, I'm on the advisory for the AIDA project.
Do you feel that that our programs are preparing students that can contribute and bring some value to a startup?
As for the program itself, I've went to the program guidelines, and even today, when the program guidelines was provided, that was a good program, I would say, in terms of the theoretical knowledge. But I would say I don't have much information on the practical part. I raised this question earlier, but I haven't gotten a response on it, because the big part about AI is not just about learning. Learning is, I would say, 60% of it, but the 40% of it would be like having a profile that shows what you've learned, saying like, if I'm going technical, you need like a GitHub profile that says, okay, as a part of this curriculum, I have implemented end to end these many projects.
Mhm.
That's what's gonna speak out, and that's what the organization would expect to see. And that's the experience that they are looking for. Because most of the time, not all the roles are looking for the same. Me being a data scientist, I work on specifically for fraud, credit card fraud, but another data scientist working on supply chain would be working on totally different concepts than what I'm working on right now.
Mhm.
So organizations would want to see like, what is your arsenal, right? What is your arsenal of projects that you have worked in, be it time
Mhm.
series forecasting, be it fraud protection, or be it any prediction. So they want to see your weapons that you have worked on, or the projects that you worked on.
Okay.
And that's what they want to see. That is something that I raised earlier, but I couldn't get to follow up on it. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I hadn't considered startups. I was thinking, bigger employees like we were talking about, government, finance, retail. So anyway, but what you brought to mind, Rakesh, was that at that tech talk uh, from Juan, when Juan's first entry level position was at BACCC, which was a startup.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
So
And it was more work-based learning too. So I
yeah.
think that's an interesting point what Rakesh is saying. And Monica really said that also about some of the projects that AWS is offering, is that it gives them a chance to actually do work for a specific organization. That's the things, those portfolio things, those are some of the things that our students probably typically lack. They have the knowledge because they've taken our programs, but they haven't had an opportunity to really develop their skills or their proficiencies, because we need more of that type of experience, which, we're always looking at internships. Certainly that does give them that, but even more so, those types of very focused projects, like what Rakesh is mentioning. And, students like Juan, who are exceptional. I helped Juan when he came to Cabrillo. I wasn't the first person he talked to. He just took it and ran,
Yeah, but he also got a lot of experience when he was a TA at the camps and the competitions. He had a
right. Which is, when he showed up, I took him and introduced him to Urban and the Bay Cyber team. And again, he just really, he took it and ran every opportunity he got.
Definitely come hear his story on the 20th.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. Anyway, we're a little over time here. Thank you so much. I knew that was just the first question. I had like 4 or 5 more. Anyway, I would like to follow up when I send the recap of this meeting. I would like to follow up with any of you that would like to continue. We did start a kind of a special interest group to discuss this idea. And so I'm going to reach out to that group to see if I can still get some input to you. I have a week and a half to put together this proposal. So I really would like to get some more input. So I want to thank you all for what you shared today. And I'll be in touch. And if there's any other questions for other topics or things that came up, please feel free to get back to me. We'll get a recap of the meeting out to you certainly by the end of next week. It's kind of busy week, the proposals and stuff. Anyway, so thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And
thank you, Olivia, for all you do.
Okay, thank you.
Olivia, if I can help